Had it not been for the progressively stricter pollution rules that are pushing air-cooled motorbikes into extinction, the beloved but venerable 883 and 1200 Sportsters may have endured indefinitely. However, Harley Davidson is replacing its legendary warhorse with an entry-level 5 twin for its next generation, the Nightster, 65 years after the original XL was introduced. Compared to the air-cooled Sportster, the liquid-cooled Nightster provided a noticeable performance boost. And air-cooled engines of the past could only dream of statistics like 89 horsepower at peak output and a redline of 9,500 revolutions per minute. It is really 80% more muscular than the previous 883. However, it goes beyond merely the engine. Fans of air cooling will be perplexed by liquid-cooled models. The Nightster has traction control, ABS, numerous computerized riding modes, a redesigned frame, and Showa suspension. The design may also be a throwback to earlier Sportster models, with 19-inch front and 16-inch rear wheels. However, the gasoline tank is hidden behind the seat and seems more like an airbox cover than anything else. The bigger air-cooled Sportster 1200 generated 66 horsepower. In contrast, the Nightster produced 90 horsepower at 7,500 revolutions per minute and 70 pound-feet of torque at 5,000 revolutions per minute, marking a substantial advancement. The 1,252cc Revolution 1250T engines, which powers the Sportster S in Pan America, is essentially a scaled-down and lowered version of the 975cc V-twin, 975T, engines. This is accomplished by reducing the bore to 97 mm and the stroke to 66 mm, from 105 mm and 72.3 mm, respectively. Along with these modifications, the intake and exhaust systems now only have variable valve timing on the input side, and there are 3 driving modes available: Sport, Road, and Rain. The cyclist's aids are reconfigured in each mode. The Rain mode lowers peak power by approximately 15%. The range-adjustable levers are a welcome change from the large chrome levers of the past, and the gearbox is smooth compared to the cumbersome gearboxes of the past. In actuality, the package seems cohesive and trendy. For low-speed riding, the fuel injection is a touch too quick, though, and extended rides in a fully warmed-up motor don't really help. Furthermore, the Nightster's throttle response is fairly quick in sport mode, and while it's not as fuel-efficient as the contemporary KTM and Ducati V-twins, it's still not awful. Apart from fuel, the 975cc V-twin is really powerful. You may ride this cruisers in a similar manner to a classic Harley by progressing gradually and with some nimbleness, taking use of the 975T of torque, and making quick changes via the simple gearbox. Alternatively, if you have experience with sports, grip the equipment and let it to spin. The Nightster has a maximum torque of 5,000 revolutions per minute and a peak power of 7,500 revolutions per minute, but it can rev up to 9,500 revolutions per minute and appears to like it. Sports enthusiasts will like the kick between 6,000 and 8,000 revolutions per minute. Yes, the Nightster is sportier than the Sportster was never. It's now a pleasure to accelerate out of slow curves or roundabouts. When the TC is turned off, there is sufficient power to ignite the back tires, and the vehicle will continue to accelerate over the indicated 100 miles per hour at a casual speed. Additionally, the right care is provided. Harley has reduced the weight of the 1200 Sportster, weighing 582 pounds compared to 481 pounds for the Nightster, and, in an unusual move, lowered the center of gravity by placing the fuel tank behind the seat rather than having the typical tank shape cover the airbox. Additionally, HD raised the ground clearance after hearing objections. Older, cancelled Sportsters are too obvious to classify as sporty due to their handling shortcomings, most notably their lack of ground clearance. These limitations have now been reached, and although the exhaust and pegs will land, it will need willpower to do so. The brakes feel good and progressive, and the Brembo single stopper is prepared to go. There's a drag torque slip control systems, which is my and your engine brake aid. The rear brakes are powerful. I was unable to test the brakes at high speeds because the most of the testing was conducted on tight twists and bends. The ABS was also rather rudimentary and insensitive to slopes. At times, I could feel the brakes functioning but they didn't. This was unsettling.